Okay, a coin. It has heads on one side. So that means this is heads, right? This is a heads. No. It's got tails on the other side. Oh. So it's a tails. No. So it's a heads and tails. That's what this thing is called. It's called a heads and tails. No. It's called a coin. Okay? Now, that's an analogy or a metaphor. Anyway, it's not you. What you are is the thing inside your mind. You are not your mind. You are not your body. Right? You have those things. You have a mind. You have a body. Right? All together, you make a person, right? You are your pineal gland. Everything else could be stripped away. Everything else is just add-on. So being in tune with yourself is just focusing on your pineal gland. By focusing on it, I mean close your eyes and I want to phrase this right, properly. You close your eyes so you can see it. There are ways, let's call them hacks maybe, to see light from the inside of your brain. It's very similar to, if you shine a flashlight in your eyes and then you close your eyes, you can see the light still. It's that. Now, I'm talking about my experience, because that's really all I can tell you about is my experience. But I'm no different than you. There's no difference. All humans, all men and women, all humans are created equal. And it's the pineal gland. The one thing every human has. Every human has it. We got so much of the world worrying about what's going on in everybody's pants. And I don't mean you're some other person's pants or maybe, another couple on the side, them's pants. No, we have people that are worried about what's in everybody's pants. The only thing that matters is the pineal gland. That's what you are. Again, this is a metaphor or whatever, but like in Men in Black, where the guy's face pops open and there's a space alien inside there, and it's like a spaceship. So there's a little guy this big, That's a very close representation of what you are. The center of your brain is connected to your eyes. Everything you perceive. Anything you look at, in fact, if you just close your eyes and picture it, it's an image in your mind. So there's a mountain over here. If I look at it from here, if I drive over there and touch it, if I walk up to the top of it, if I get you to send me a postcard from Timbuktu of it, all those images are still in my mind. They're not on my eyeballs. It's scientific. It's not mystical. It's not magic. It's just what you've been given as a human, quite possibly the most beautiful thing ever. I wouldn't trade my relationship with my pineal gland for anything in the world. Now, that might sound to you like, what do you call it, hyperbole? I might be misusing some of them, but I'm misusing better words now for sure. I wouldn't trade the unlocking of my common sense and intelligence, my intuition, for anything. For anything. I wouldn't go back to being the guy I was if you gave me all the money in the world. I don't know how, I mean that. now that I'm not bragging, I'm just telling you my experience. Now that I don't date, not lonesome. Huh? Lonesome Mike. I like to sing country western songs. Used to, I really don't anymore. Now that I have emotional control, maybe I will. But anyway, Lonesome Mike is not lonesome. It's Lonesome Mike with any relationship I ever had. Because they're not really there. My dad was a traveling salesman. So not to blame it on him, but to understand that I've been hearing him lie since before I was born. And I don't mean life starts at conception. I mean at least on the 4.5 miles from from College Station to Bryan. In those 4.5 miles, takes about 10 minutes by car. My dad would have told my mom at least 10 lies in that 10 minutes. I mean, constant flow of garbage out of the man. So I would have already known the resonant tone of his lying and aloofness and traveling salesman-ishness. Like he was never really, when he was there, he was never there, you know. And a lot of times he wasn't there, you know. He would go ahead and stay a lot of weekends instead of travel back. He would just stay, you know. Yeah, he had, I found a stack of Polaroids like that. So when I pointed out to him that, hey, I cheated too, bro, and I got to tell you, I cheated on the whole family. He couldn't comment. He couldn't say what. He had a stack of Polaroids like that. Now, I cheated too, and that took time and energy away from my family, and I had a kid at home. So, yeah, I cheated myself. I cheated all of us when I cheated. But my dad, when I just casually mentioned that and told him like the whole Buddha thing is actually that, good, we're all scum. I'm a scumbag, you're a scumbag, we're all scumbags. He shut down. He could not respond to that either. And I had already seen the Polaroids, you know, like, it was a trip. It was a trip how many Polaroids he had. My brother found his black book. In his black book, the chick he took with us to Europe for a vacation, to Austria. He could have gone to Paris or anywhere, but he took me to the center of white butthurtness, Austria, where Daddy was in the war. Anyway, the chick he took to Austria with us, there was a note in the little black book next to her name that she didn't like racist jokes, right? Now think about that. Of all the ways he could have written it down, it's not that, well, that's a knock on her. I don't know about her because she's not racist. He thought of himself as not racist. She just didn't like the racist jokes. That's some salesman bullshit right there. Yep. He separated himself from the truth so much that at the end he couldn't find it again. I better write that down. So you're going to have to investigate yourself about how to do a pineal gland exercise. But real quick, we're going to breathe in through our nose, blow out through our mouth. Get our body as comfortable as we can, and we're going to think about nothing. There are some tricks. Again, look those up yourself. Google it, YouTube it, whatever. Tricks on how to clear your mind. Eckhart Tolle is a great one. Eckhart Tolle, he's a great one for Western people because he's a little German guy. Sadhguru is good, but he's trying to sell stuff. Anyway, one that I use when I'm trying to clear my mind is I'll put my mind on the spot and I'll ask my mind, okay, what am I thinking? Because my mind has been running through 6,000 bullshit thoughts all day. Look that up too. The experts say that our subconscious and most of what we do, 90% of what we do is controlled by the subconscious. Unless you're sitting there unless when you hear that, you say bullshit. Now it's 95%. Because really all you have to think about is all the involuntary stuff, breathing, stuff like that. That's all back brain. right? So like if all the involuntary stuff is half, well, you're already kind of losing this argument. Like, aren't you going to say, oh no, I think it's only like 60%? I've been told that before. So let's say it's 60%. It's a lot. So the subconscious, which is most of you, most of your brain activity is subconscious. Let that sink in. Most of your brain activity is subconscious. I am not a psychologist. I'm not a doctor. You do not have to be. Look that up. If you're not looking it up, that's on you. Never mind. There's no magic pill. Brutal honesty with the self. The self, no one else. You don't have to be brutal honest with anybody. I like to spill all this because I would not trade my relationship with my pineal gland for anything in the world. But I don't have to be brutally honest with anybody but myself. My dad, I'm watching him not be honest at all. I was about 10 years old. Something happened at school or something. Honesty's the best policy, right, Dad? And he gave me kind of like this, kind of like, I mean, of course. Man, what a dick. He was a dick for doing that. If he wasn't such a dick, then I wouldn't have gone on my journey the way I did, though. I found a way to forgive him because he's such a dick, I'm able to see that since kindergarten, I've been going out and making bad relationships. And that's 100% my fault. I can see where it came from. And at first I wanted to give that shame back to somebody. But no, it's just release it. And you just meditate and ask yourself to let that shame go. It will. Because I was raised Catholic. I had shame pouring out of my eyeballs for nothing. Meanwhile, I'm out running around. I'm a drug dealer and shit with extra shame. I mean, is that why I got busted? They could read it on me? Because I played with my penis when I was 10. So then I acted a certain, if you carry shame around in your back pocket, anytime something comes up, let's say you go to a job interview, first date, anything like that, and you've got extra shame, like shame issues, get the butterflies. Oh, look at this is a nice restaurant. Shame. Hey man, no, should I be ashamed? No, I don't. What is this feeling I'm feeling? I just eat. Whatever. It's true. Shame was the one I resonated with. Because I'm from stupid people who shame their children. And yeah, they're definitely bad people. Baptist abuse and Catholic abuse. Guilt, shame. Yep. Dreadful people. Dreadful people. I was raised by dreadful people. And they have tons of money. Ah, it's so dreadful. I'm so grateful. So grateful and lucky that everything went down like it did. That I'm a dishwasher who has a bicycle. What else do you need? What else do you need? As long as I can afford to pay my own place and not have a roommate, especially if I can manage to save, knock something back. If I can save on my own as much as what goes in my retirement, which I might be able to do that much, like in a separate savings account for myself, and keep the swab thing, and then goddamn whatever, and have my own thing on the side, a savings account. Maybe $1,200 a year. I bet I could put $1,200 a year in a savings account, and be a dishwasher and have no roommate. I know lots of people that are paycheck to paycheck, having nice shit and looking sharp dapper, right? Having to buy things to feel good. I don't have to buy shit. I don't have to buy anything. I can walk to the dollar store, buy a puzzle, and smile at that. walk back home and do my puzzle on my 2 days off. I mean, that blows my mind. That's amazing to me that I'm just happy like this. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. But you have to make yourself comfortable. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Lucid dreaming is where I've had like visions, okay? So when I was in this relaxed state, and I was deep dive meditating for like 30 days in a row, when I'm in that state of flow, I think they call it, it's just super relaxation, being able to think, man. Or it's weird. I remember the moment that first time I had my mind cleared of all thoughts. It was a trip. It was like looking around in an empty apartment, like an apartment with nothing in it, and being like, oh, I got room here. I got room for whatever I need to do. Right? As opposed to a cluttered space where, yeah, all your shit's in there, but you don't even know where any of it is. That's how my brain was. It was like a storage unit crammed full of shit. That's how my brain was. Until one day it was like, oh, there's space in here. Wow. And it changed everything for me. Changed everything. Meditation is about having no thoughts, even if it's for just a second. Even if it's just for a second. So anybody that you want to do what Buddha did, but don't join Buddhism, because Buddhism will tell you certain words to say. Don't say any words anybody tells you to say. I never do that. Even when I listen to guided ones. Guided stuff on YouTube, if I can figure it out, I'll put a link in the description to stuff I've used before. Because there's amazing stuff on YouTube. Pineal gland meditation. Like, go to YouTube and put in pineal gland meditation. Get your headphones out. If you're trying, it'll work. It'll just take longer. So if you try really, really hard, it'll just take longer. Keep doing it. Don't try. Yeah. I don't know what else advice to give other than that. I could maybe do a meditation, whatever, but I don't really have the camera set up for it. I think I'm going to do one and then do another video on here after after a meditation to see if I don't look different. Because, I kind of just got off work energy. I look like face muscles. Look. I'm not sure if I can let him go. Yeah, narcissists and people like my dad are like, part of the reason they're so tired is because they never fully relax. They don't know how to. I didn't know how to. This cured my restless legs. It cured it gone. I do not have restless legs anymore. A bunch of problems went away. I found forgiveness, inner peace. Now I understand. If you're thankful one day a year, you're going to pursue happiness. I guarantee it. I guarantee you, if you're thankful one day a year, you will chase happiness. Oh yeah, get your wallet out and run around hunting that happiness. But if you practice gratitude, joy will find you. Happiness doesn't. I get the church giggles by myself, man. I can hear a story about something good happening for somebody else, some random person I'll never meet, whatever, and feel genuinely happy. Feel good stories. Make me feel good. Yeah. Think about it. Think about somebody else's fortune bringing you joy for nothing. It's okay. You don't have to not be happy. It's detrimental to your health. it's bad for you. There's something called rest and digest. So if you're not totally relaxing to where you're like a, I don't know, melted into the floor every night, if you have restless legs, you don't know, you're not there. It's going to cost you years. It's going to cost you years. Anyway, that's part of the story. Thanks for listening. Good luck.